I wanted to demonstrate an issue that I'm having with a very standard kind of pattern, which is the drawer pattern. And this is the demo page that I've created. It basically has three landmark regions. It has a header, it has a navigation region, a nav region, and it has a main region. In the header, it has a link to the site homepage and the slogan. In the menu, it has a button that, when you click on it, causes a menu or a drawer to appear. So if I click on that button, the menu appears, and if I click on it again, it disappears. That's the basic pattern. Let's look at the code. If we look at the code, we see indeed that it has three landmark regions. It has a header, it has a nav region that's labeled main menu, it has a main region. The key part of it is the button, which I'm calling hamburger. It has the idea of hamburger. And it has an on-click behavior that is toggle menu. It also has an ARIA expanded state that is set by default at false when it loads. It has ARIA controls set to drawer. Drawer is a div below the expansion button. The div has the role of group. It is labeled using ARIA label menu, and it has a class applied to it called hidden. The hidden class is basically set to display none, so that this drawer does not appear. If you look at the code, the JavaScript code, the main thing is that there's an expanded variable set to false initially. And anytime you click on the button, the toggle menu function is called. It checks to see what the state of expanded is, and if it is set to be true, then it will know that it needs to change that and sets the adds the class hidden to the drawer. So basically it hides the drawer if it is expanded, and similarly if it is not expanded, then it removes the hidden class so that it becomes visible, and then it basically sets the variable, the toggle variable, basically flips it from true to false or false to true, and then it sets the attribute ARIA expanded to whatever the new value of expanded is. It sets the ARIA attribute, or ARIA expanded attribute of the hamburger button. So it basically toggles that. So it's quite simple. Now if we actually look at what winds up happening when we use VoiceOver on it, you'll hopefully see what the problem is. I'm going to refresh it. I'm going to start up VoiceOver.
VoiceOver on Safari. Drawer demo window. Drawer demo. Web content has keyboard focus. You are currently on web.
I'm going to go into the page with Control Option down, Shift down arrow.
In drawer demo web content banner.
Okay, it tells me I'm in the banner. That's the region. I'm just going to do Control Option right arrow until I get to the menu button.
Link. Slogan. End of banner. Main menu navigation. You are currently on a navigation inside of web content.
Okay, and now I'm going to actually go to the button with, again, Control Option right arrow.
Menu collapsed button.
It tells me
you are currently on a button. To click this button, press Control Option space.
It tells me that the button is collapsed right now. I'm going to activate it, doing what it says, Control Option space, to expand the menu. Let's do that.
Menu expanded button.
Okay, it tells me that it's expanded, which is great, and it shows the menu visually. And now, suppose I want to use the Control Option right arrow to go into the menu, what happens? Let's see.
Main. You are currently on a main inside of web content.
Okay, so what happens is it skips the menu that has just appeared, the drawer. It skips that entirely and goes to the main region. And if I use Control Option left arrow, then it will go back to the drawer that has appeared, that it skipped over previously. Let's do that.
End of main menu navigation. You are currently on a navigation inside of web content.
Okay, so now it's in the nav region, and if I hit the left Control Option left arrow again, then it will actually go into the group that contains the menu.
End of menu group. You are currently in a group.
Okay, so it's just told me that I've entered the menu group, the end of the menu group. If I hit Control Option left arrow again, it'll actually go into that menu and select the link.
End of list. You are currently in a list. Link. Page 2. Bullet. Link. Page 1. Bullet. List 2 items. You are menu group. You are currently on a button. To click this button, press Control Option space.
All right, so that's the issue, is basically that it skips the drawer that has appeared. Now, I think now that I've gone up above the menu, I can go back into it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to do Control Option right arrow.
Menu group. You are currently in a group.
Okay, so now when I go back into it after having gone down and back up, it actually is accessible if I am using the virtual cursor. I can get into it there. But when I initially open the menu, it is not it's not accessible using the virtual cursor. If I tab into it, I can tab into it. So let's do that.
Menu expanded button. You are currently on a button.
I'm going to close the button, or close the menu.
Menu collapsed button.
Okay, and now I'm going to open it again.
Menu expanded button.
And I'm going to tab into the menu.
Link. Page 1. List 2 items. You are currently on a link. To click this link, press
So when I can tab into it, I just can't use the virtual cursor. And when I tab into it, it doesn't give me any notification that I've entered the group, the menu group, which would be nice. It does it when I use the virtual cursor, when I can get in there, but it doesn't do it when I'm navigating by tabbing. So, help.
VoiceOver off.